Welcome to Study Time, a televised home learning program produced by Rwanda Basic Education Board.
Hello, students. Are you okay? I hope you are fine. So you're welcome to biology lesson again. So you are with the teacher Claude. This is senior 5 class. The unit is unit number 13, which is called regulation of temperature. And then the lesson of today, it is to explain the importance of temperature regulation. Explain the importance. What's the importance of temperature regulation? So that is the lesson of today. So now at the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain the importance of maintaining temperature constant. Are you together? I hope you are ready. I hope you have your notebook where you can write explanation, so you enjoy with this topic. So you are welcome now. So this is temperature regulation. Is it important? What is temperature regulation? So at the end of this lesson, you will be able to know about this. Now, so we do have what you call thermoregulation. What do you understand about thermoregulation? I have two terms. I have this term, regulation. Term means temperature. Regulation means regulation of temperature. Temperature of the body needs to be regulated, needs to be kept constant. So we'll see why. Why is it needed to be kept constant? Do you remember the optimum temperature of our body? Do you know that? I see someone who can try. Yes? Oh, 37. You are right. So it is around 37. Optimum temperature of the body, human body, is 37. So now, it has now to be kept on 37. When it is below 37, but when it is not exactly, if you have 36.2, 36.5, so that you are at normal range, no problem. It can be arranged from 36 degrees Celsius to 37.5, no problem. This is the normal range of our body, the normal range temperature of our body. So it needs to be kept constant. It needs to be regulated. Are you together? So now, we have this thermoregulation. What is thermoregulation? This is the ability of an organism to maintain, to keep its body constant, its body temperature constant. The ability of organism to keep its body temperature with certain boundaries at normal range. So this is what you call thermoregulation. Regulation, keeping the body temperature constant. The term used is what you call thermoregulation. So even when the surrounding temperature is very different, now you can ask yourself, when it is sunny, when there is high sunlight, so our body temperature is going to rise above 37? Is going to be 39? No. No. Because the body has the mechanism of maintaining that body temperature at normal range. So we will see this. We will see this in this unit. Don't worry, my friend. So now, even if it is very cold, let's say you wake up in the morning and then you found it is raining. Do you think your body temperature is going to change and then go below at 35? No. No, it will remain at the normal range. The body has the mechanism to maintain that body temperature. We will see those mechanisms. Don't worry. So now, this thermoregulation is the process of keeping the body temperature constant. So now, and this, remember, it is one of the aspects of homeostasis. Remember, we have talked about homeostasis. Who can remind us what is homeostasis? What is homeostasis? Okay, 1 second. Oh, nice. It is the process of maintaining the internal environment constant. You're right. Internal environment. When you talk about this internal environment, even temperature is included. So that's why you can say even glucose is included. So now, this is one of, thermoregulation is one of the aspects of what? Of homeostasis. So now, a dynamic state of stability between an animal's internal environment and its external environment. Stability. So this is what you call homeostasis. The stability between the animal's internal environment and the external environment. You see, we have our internal environment. We have interstitial cells in our body. We have also external environments. So now our internal environment is going now to be balanced, to be kept constant according to this external environment, with external environment. So the external environment cannot affect the temperature of our body. So the body will have the mechanism, the ways of keeping this temperature constant. So now, you can ask yourself, the animals that maintain fairly constant body temperature, like birds and what? And mammals, they have ability of keeping their internal temperature constant. So those are birds, this includes birds and mammals. When we talk about mammals, human beings included? Yeah, we are included. So when you talk about mammals, those are organisms that have mammary glands. So they have this ability of keeping their body temperature, their internal body temperature constant. So these organisms are called endotherms. Endotherms. So they are able to do what? To maintain their internal temperature, their internal body temperature. They have that mechanism. So while those that have variable body temperature, this includes fish, reptiles, and amphibians, and insects. So they can now, their temperature varies according to the what? To the external environment. We shall see this, don't worry. According to the external environment, their body temperature can be can change. You see? We shall see this. Those organisms are called ectotherms. Those are organisms that their body temperature can vary according to the external environment. Are you together? While endotherms, they can keep their body temperature, their internal body temperature constant. They can do that through the mechanism that we shall see. Are you together? Now, endotherms, they do normally maintain their body temperature at around 35 to 40. Actually, those are endotherms in general. But for human being, we know it is at this. But for endotherms in general, so they can maintain this between 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. You see? Those are for endotherms. So sometimes those endotherms, they are also called warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded animals. Why they are called warm-blooded animals? So they can keep their internal body temperature constant. They can still be warmed. However, the environment is, they are always maintaining their internal body temperature. So we do have also ectothermic animals. Those are ectotherms. They have very warm blood during the day, by basking in the sun. Oh, nice. For these ectotherms, let's take an example of reptile, like lizard. Have you seen what's happening for the lizard when there is sun? Sometimes they are basket, they come on the sun to get the temperature, to maintain their body temperature. They have to go on the sun to take some warmth, some heat from the sun. Are you getting this? And then at the night, so they are just kept in the rocks, down the rocks, so to continue keeping their body temperature. So those are ectotherms. So they can maintain their body temperature according to the external environment. So they go on the outside to get the sun. When there is no sun, you can ask yourself, what's going to happen? So they are under the rocks, under the stones, so under they are kept in the holes, so to continue keeping their body temperature. So those are. So now, what's the difference between endotherms and ectotherms? So now you can see this is ectotherms and this is endotherms. So the term we can be used is ectothermy and here is endothermy. So now for ectotherms, the body temperature changes. Their body temperature changes with the environment. As the environment, the temperature from the environment changes, so their body temperature also will change. This is a problem. So they do change their body temperature with the environment temperature. When the environmental temperature changes, rises, so their body temperature also is going to rise. Are you getting this? So for endotherm, the body temperature is maintained with narrow limits independently of the environmental temperature. Are you getting this? So for endotherm, including human beings, so the temperature is going to be maintained constant independently to the external temperature, to the external environment, to the environmental temperature. Are you together? So however, the environment is, our body temperature will remain constant. So there is behavior, there is mechanism, there is physiological mechanism that we can carry out to control our body temperature. So number two, the heat source. How those ectotherms, they do get temperature? They get their temperature from external source, such as sun, and so on. While for endotherms, the heat source is for metabolism. For example, let's take an example for human being. So when it is cold, so what's going to happen? There is now increase of metabolic reaction in our body. Our fats are going to be oxidized. They are going to be broken down in the presence of oxygen. Once they are broken down, there is production of what? Of the heat energy. And that heat, it can rise the body temperature. Are we together? That is metabolism. So we do get heat mostly from the metabolism, breaking down of the food that have been stored in our body. So now, for ectotherms, the temperature is controlled by behavior. Behavior, which means, for example, if the lizard or snake is basket on the sun, right? Is coming on the sun, right? That's his behavior is doing. So for these ectotherms, mainly they do maintain their internal body temperature through physiological mechanism. For example, this increase of metabolism reaction. So we shall have many examples on this. So those are called, those organisms, ectotherms, they are known as cold-blooded animals. While for these ectotherms, they are called this, they are called warm-blooded animals. So those are some differences between ectotherms and endotherms. Ectothermy or endothermy. So make sure you're still thinking about this. Together, nice. So now, regulation of the temperature, this is continuation. So the difference between two groups, that as we have already talked about. So endothermic animals use internal corrective mechanism. They do use internal mechanism to maintain their body temperature. While ectotherms, they use behavior mechanism. For example, lying on the sun when it is cold, moving into the shade when it is hot, something like that. Such mechanism can be very effective, particularly when coupled with the internal mechanism, to ensure that the temperature of the blood is going to be maintained, kept constant. Are you getting this? So this is very crucial. This is very important to maintain the body temperature for all organisms. So we're going to see why is it important to keep the body temperature constant. So this is what we are going to see. Importance of temperature regulation. First of all, we do have what we call enzymes. Enzyme, you know, who can define enzymes? Okay, nice. Those are biological catalysts that can speed up the chemical reaction. Are you together? So enzymes now to work, we need a temperature. We need a range of temperature so that this enzyme can continue working well. Are you together? So below the temperature, let's take an example of human being. Below 5 degrees Celsius. Below 5 degrees Celsius. Enzymes are what? They are inactive. They are not working. They are inactive. Enzymes are inactive enzymes. They are not working. So they do only work well at the range 25 to 37. Here, enzymes work efficiently. Enzymes work efficiently. Efficiently means work very well. Are you together? So now above 40, this means above 40 degrees Celsius, enzymes becomes denatured. Enzymes become denatured. Denatured, what does it mean? This is very dangerous. Then denatured means their shape, they lose their shape. They lose their catalytic property. Their shape is changed. When their shape is changed, so now, this can affect what? This can affect how the enzyme work. Are you together? So now, you see, to keep the body temperature constant, it can allow enzyme to work properly. Are you together? This is what is here. So it's attributed to its shape. Smaller changes, it can affect what? The enzyme activity. Are you together? So every enzyme has what? Has an optimal temperature at which it works best. This is what we have seen. So one of the importance of maintaining the body temperature is to allow enzyme to work efficiently. Because when the temperature is not maintained, my friend, either when the temperature is low, so the enzyme will fail to work. When enzyme fail to work, we can even die. When there is high temperature, above 40, so I can give you an example. If someone suffers from malaria, this can cause the rising of the temperature. So when the temperature is continue to rise above 40, my friend, you know what's going to happen? So an individual can die. A person can die. That's when you see the body temperature is rising above 37, 38, continue to 39. That is very dangerous. So go to the hospital quickly, because when you delay, you can even die. When it continues 40 and then 41, at 41, 42, you immediately die. So that's why to keep the body temperature constant, it is good. It can allow those enzymes to work efficiently. Another one, actually this is what we have already talked about this. So yeah, we have already explained about this. Too much rise of body temperature might result in enzyme denaturation. We have already talked about this one. Are we together? So now, another importance of this temperature regulation is to allow the distribution of organisms to large extent. Distribution of organisms. Let's take an example. For organisms that are able to maintain their body temperature, they can live in every environment. Either in cold environment, you can live there. In hot environment, you can live there without any problem. Because your body is able to maintain the body temperature, however, when it is cold or when it is hot. So distribution, to live in different environments. This is important also. When our body is able to maintain the body temperature, we can live everywhere. That's why you can live from our country, Rwanda, and then you go to the outside where they can have this cold environment. We can call it this winter. And then you live there without any problem, because your body will be able to maintain the temperature constant in that environment. You can live everywhere. So this is very important to maintain our body temperature. So compared to ectotherms, they are also called cold-blooded animals. Endotherms, due to their ability to generate their own body heat, so they are widely distributed in the world. You can find different mammals in every environment in the world. You can find birds, because those are endotherms, birds and mammals. You can find birds in everywhere, in the cold environment, in the hot environment, because they are able to keep their body temperature constant. Are we together? So, temperature below or above range is harmful. This is what you have talked about. Let's take an example for human being. The temperature above 37, 38, 39 is harmful. Is very harmful temperature. The temperature below 36, it is also harmful, because it will affect the organism in general. So let's see below how the effect of temperature, we can see, on cells. First of all, we have the effect of temperature on cells. If the temperature is too cold, so the cell's protein could be destroyed, you see? If the protein of our body is going to be destroyed. Because remember also protein, they do have the same shape as that of the enzymes. If it is very cold, the proteins are going to be destroyed due to the formation of ice. You see? When the ice are formed in our body, the protein, they are going to be destroyed. When proteins are destroyed, it is a problem also. So now, extreme heat also can coagulate the cell protein. This is a problem. Another one is effect. Temperature has effect on metabolism. Most of the metabolism activity of microbes and plants and animals are regulated by enzymes. We have seen this one. If there is a high temperature, enzymes are going to be affected. If it is very high. If the temperature is very low, enzymes are going to be affected. When enzymes are affected, so now the metabolism is not taking place well. It is going to be affected. We have now effect on reproduction. Changes in temperature can affect both the maturation of gonads. Remember, gonads, testes and ovary, to work, they need temperature. When there is high temperature, so For testes, they can even not produce sperms. Remember, testes to produce the sperm, they need temperature of 35. So when it is high, so sperms will not be produced. This is the problem. So, for example, some species, animal species, can breathe throughout the year, but others, they can reproduce in the summer only, other in the winter. So this temperature can affect the reproduction. So temperature can determine the breeding seasons for most of the organisms. Are you together? Nice. Effect on coloration. So remember, generally, animals have darker pigmentation in warm. But when it is in hot, the skin color can change. Have you seen? You can move from the cold condition, and then you go where there is high temperature. Then your skin coloration starts to change. So temperature can affect your skin coloration, which is not good. So effect on the morphology. So for example, the animals that live in the cold regions, they are large. They are large because they have more fats compared to the animal that lives in what? In the hot condition. So for that one lives in the hot condition, they can now be affected. Other one is the animal distribution. We have already talked about this one. So the assignment of today, explain the importance of maintaining the body temperature. You will be able to explain this. So with the examples, you will be able to distinguish between endotherms and the ectotherms. So make sure you continue to make the research about this. We shall meet by next time. I can tell you goodbye. We shall meet by next time.